What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another quick reaction. Now this reaction comes from 8 at the Table. Make sure you guys go over and support their channel. I'll try to put the full link to this video in the description box, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. So in this particular clip, they're talking about two parents in a household, how a two-parent household is better for children. Definitely chime in the comments. I know we've heard this before, but I want to hear what they have to say. Let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
There's no fathers in the house, and all these dudes is robbing and selling drugs. Where is this problem coming from? It's coming from you, sisters. You know what I mean? Then they got to understand too, it's a big thing that's going on. It's a white woman just got incarcerated, her and her husband, because their kid for people. Because he for people, they're charging the parent with the. Now imagine what's going to happen in the black community when it finally resonates. Now this is president. The president has said there's going to be a lot of unsubmissive black women who refuse to have a black man who can control the household. In that household, that's going to be getting incarcerated because your child just the block. And they're gonna say you should have knew better. They're like, well, I don't know better. Well, we just locked the white woman up. You don't think we're gonna lock your black butt up? So you know what I mean? Black women and black men got to understand, man, that the reason why we have so many is because the lack of a submissive woman, the lack of a man in the household.
Now, what do you guys think about what he's saying? Do you agree or do you disagree? Now, we have a lot of women and a lot of people in general complaining about black on black crimes and the crime statistics in our communities. And you got to ask yourself, who are committing the majority of these crimes? It's typically the young black men who are committing the crimes within the neighborhoods. Why do you think that is? There are not enough resources for them. They were raised by single mothers who didn't have enough to support them properly and who didn't know how to raise and rear these young men. So they're out here just doing whatever they can to survive or just acting out. And so that is a problem. And a lot of it does stem from single mother-led households, because a lot of these women, by their own admission, say they don't know what to do with these young men. These little babies that, these women seem to think that they're never going to grow up, that they're always going to be their little babies, are going to grow up to be young men. And if they don't have fathers there to show them what it is to be a man, guide them, direct them in a right path, this is what you end up having. They become combative and destructive and violent in the neighborhoods. So yes, it has everything to do with these children being raised by single mothers. Let's continue.
Newsflash. The statistics is so high in terms of a single parenting family, right? Okay, if that's the truth, and we got all this dope dealing, all these young criminals, who raising them? The females. I ain't raised, well, I raised mine, but my homie said he ain't raising his. She don't even pick up his phone call.
Yep. 80% of the jails are single parent households. 80%.
Because the father's not at home.
Exactly. And you look at the statistics, a child that's raised in a two-parent household does statistically better than a child in a one-parent household. And a child that's raised by his father is closer to a two-parent household than versus by his mother. It's just statistics. Like you can't alter the facts.
What women will often argue is that the fathers lead. Well, the fathers were never there to begin with. That's the part that they don't want to address. You didn't go out and make a baby with a productive man. You decided to go and lay up with a guy who you knew was irresponsible and non-productive. So you can't force a non-productive young man to go and take on a family when that's not what he wanted in the first place. And if you can't control his behavior, you can control your own. So this is where I tell women, listen, if you don't want to be a statistic, if you don't want to be in a situation where you're raising a young child by yourself, why are you giving babies to immature, unproductive deadbeats? Why are you giving babies to these men? It's your body to control. If he can't control himself, why are you still putting yourself in a position as if you don't have any control as well? You got to take some accountability. As much as that man was irresponsible, as you already probably knew, and didn't want a family, you still chose to be just as irresponsible as he was. How does that make it right? So yeah, while he is responsible and he's reckless, so are the women who are opening their legs and giving babies to irresponsible men who were never prepared to be fathers in the first place. And as we go forward, because you can't change the past, women have to understand the importance of a two-parent household, how it benefits the children to have stable households with a stable mother and a father in there raising them and teaching them the right things, as opposed to just making babies and trying to raise them by yourself.
It's not saying that I'm never here to say, I love women. I love black women. I love everything about y'all. I just want black women to love us, black women to appreciate us, black women to respect us, so that way we can work together to establish things like generational wealth and success and things of that nature. Because the last time I checked, success is a team sport. You know what I'm saying? Jordan ain't win no championships without Pimpin. Okay, well, if I'm Jordan, or you could be Jordan, baby.
Don't forget Rodman.
Or Rodman. But we need to have some kind. Everybody needs to understand their role so we can be successful in this household, so we can win some rings. And if she just thinks that she can just do it all on her own and she doesn't need, Rodman's rebounding, well, you see how many championships he won without Pimpin? None.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead, brother.
Can we bring our Latino brother in? James, let our Latino brother. Come on in, Gonzalez. We want to see what how it is in y'all culture. Tell us a little bit about the Latino culture, brother.
Well, the Latin culture, well,
do y'all women submit?
Yeah, it's part of our culture. But then again, they got to see a man. They have to see a man. They got to see somebody that can handle themselves. You know what I mean? But sometimes we get involved with women when we're young. We start off young. So, that's probably
that's definitely
exactly.
A fact.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, 12, 13, 14. Exactly. But sometimes when you start off too young, and I had this experience, sometimes they kind of look at you like you family. And I used to be like, hey, I ain't your dad or your brother. You ain't gonna be talking. You know what I mean? Like, I'll leave. Like, we ain't family like this. We're not gonna, so yeah, it's different in the Latin culture. Yeah.
He's saying it's different, but he's also expressing that they got issues too. Because he said they're feisty. Some of those women are not agreeable as well. They might have more of a sense of community and family, but a lot of them are being indoctrinated into this modern culture and society the same way, black women and other women are as well, that you don't really need a man, especially if you get a job and you can take care of yourself. This is not just a black woman's issue. It's a woman's issue. The feminist movement didn't start with black women. It was the white women who created it, but they still managed to have husbands and maintain their relationships and marriages, while our women just bought 100% into the foolishness and really think that they don't need their men whatsoever. And so it's a major problem. But I think when it comes to raising families and raising children, we had to do better. We got to stop thinking that we don't need each other, because we do. That's the only way to make it really work. You can't do it all by yourself for the rest of your life. You're going to need some type of help. And it's clear that a lot of women who think or thought that they could do it all by themselves and that they don't need a help or they don't need anybody else and that their children don't need it, they're seen otherwise. We see countless number of women who are complaining about being single, doing it by themselves. We see countless women now starting to come out and talk about how difficult it is to raise their teen sons and how these sons are rebelling and how they don't know what to do with them, because it was never meant for you to do it by yourselves. Your sons and your daughters need their fathers just as much as they need their mothers. They need that balance of a stable mother and father. And so if anything, we all should be working together to make sure that we're good. There are good times, bad times, but work through it, work together so that you can show your kids what a stable relationship looks like, because so many of us were not privy to that. We didn't see stable, solid households. A lot of us, some of us have, but a lot of us were not raised in that environment. So we never saw it. So we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what it looked like, but it's up to us in the next generations to get back to where we used to be, because we were married at a higher rate in the 60s and 50s. But now it's to this point where this modern world, we're to this point where this modern society is telling women they don't need men and you can do it all by yourself because you got a job or you make a little money, but not letting them know what that full picture looks like, that you're gonna need each other. And instead of doing everything by yourself, you need to work together. And on the behalf of your children need their mothers and their fathers, not just the mothers. So that's just my thoughts on it. I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Chime in the comments. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.